What up, it's your boy Ross and 2K? We back at it. Let's get to it. So obviously, I got to start with Drake 1 a.m. in Albany. Let's start there. Let's start there. Do your homework on 1 a.m. in Albany. So I put off listening to 1 a.m. in Albany until literally about an hour before I started this stream. And it's really because I don't want to ruin my experience with just listening to the album top to bottom and also or bottom to top. And also just like I don't want to ruin the allure and the mystery around this album, because I think and I can speak for a fellow Drake fan, we got high hopes for this album and we don't know what the angle is. And I feel like listening to 1 a.m. in Albany would have ruined that for me. With that being said, I did fold. I was like doom scrolling Instagram and I just kept, seeing bars being quoted already, and this is being dropped. And I know I spoke about this a few weeks ago when I referenced Drake potentially. The question was, should Drake diss anyone on this album? And I think in retrospect and now in hindsight, I think Drake has a lot to get off his chest. And I think that especially the 1 a.m. in Albany, where he's blatantly taking shots at what I can hear and what I've seen online to connect the bars and connect the dots, is that he has he's got bars for LeBron, he's got bars for Joe Budden, he's got bars for Kendrick. Now, specifically the bars for Joe Budden, I think that that's just like a publicity play, where if Drake diss Joe Budden, he knows that Joe Budden has a big platform and he's able to discuss the bars and break down. And here we go, just still talking about Drake in the album. So that's just really setting himself up to be talked about for at least a couple weeks of content, and also just dropping bars in general to get some eyes on him. And now with LeBron and Kendrick and, hearing those bars, it's pretty personal, but I would caution fans to not look at these bars as, oh, he's stirring it back up. He want to get back in the mix. He made it very clear on the Heart Part 6 that it is cooked. I think instead you should look at this as just a man wanting to get things off his chest. When you're a true artist, right? When you look at true lyricists, true artists, their albums a lot of times is like a therapy session. So essentially, Drake, he just got a lot to say, man. And I'm geeked to just hear what his mindset has been since the beef until now, where, we also thought that Drake really didn't put a lot of weight, that Drake didn't put a lot of weight into the battle itself, that, Drake was really was unfazed and not really, but he's human. So, it hurts. And, Drake mentioned towards the end of 1 a.m. in Albany, I want to point out, he mentioned that he was 16 years in the game, 16 years. And when people challenge if Drake is the GOAT and if Drake really is that guy, can you name another artist that has given us 16 years of consistent number ones, has not fallen off? And furthermore, I'm sure you can name a few. It's a very small number of artists that have given us 10 plus years. But number one, with true consistency, giving us hits every summer, etc., and changing with the times. And I made this point before, right? When you look at an artist like Jay-Z, Eminem, and you say, well, these artists have been in the game for 10 plus years, I would caution that these artists, however, have not been super malleable. They come with a not necessarily, I won't say like a one trick pony, but you know what to expect. And with Drake, it's like, oh, it's a new year. So what's Drake gonna do this year? We know that it's gonna be with the times. It's gonna be current. The flow's gonna be updated. It's like a software update with Drake. You've never seen this from no other artist, but that's enough glazing. Yes, I heard 1 a.m. in Albany. Fire. A lot of quotes, a lot of disses you can hear in there. He's dropping bars on bars. And I really think that Drake is like itching to battle. Like I listened to that song, and what I took away from it, besides what I mentioned earlier, was that Drake be really itching to like for real battle. You know, Drake was going to battle Mook. Like Drake came to an event and they really had a back and forth. Though, like they were going to do a round, and then Drake like backed out. But when Drake be like, oh, I put bills on your face, and I see why they ducking Drake, and then he repeated like bills on your face, like I'm ducking like that. No wonder you ducking Drake. Like that's battle bars. Like, but yeah, man. So anyways, in true Drake fashion, and since Iceman is dropping tomorrow, man, I want to talk about a few things, Drake. This is going to be first part of this stream, pretty fucking Drake heavy, man. So if you don't fuck with Drake, man, fast forward. All right, because we get into it. So Drake's top 5 albums of all time. This right here is, it's like a fun topic to kind of get into pre-album. So what I want to do is Drake albums in order. I'm going to give you my top 5 Drake albums. And it's pretty unorthodox, I'm going to be honest, because like honestly Nevermind is like in my top 5. But I'm going to say, if we were to start with 5 down to 1, I think like the greatest Drake album, I would say I'm going to go, who is tough? I'm going to go 5 would be Take Care. I'm going to go 4, Views. I'm going to go 3, Certified Lover Boy. I'm going to go 2, Honestly Nevermind. And then number 1 is Nothing Was the Same. But an honorable mention is, if you're reading this, it's too late. It's an honorable mention. A powerful honorable mention. And you guys let me know what you think. But, you know, Nothing Was the Same is so underrated. Like, I've been raving about Honestly Nevermind, bro. And to keep it a buck, man, the album he has with Party, Some Sexy Songs for You, it's a joint album, you know, but that also has to be mentioned is like, that shit is damn near no skips, bro. When we talk about like a classic album, it's like no skips. But I'm always interested to hear what like people's favorite Drake albums, like our top albums, because I always hear like Thank Me Later, and you don't hear Views. You know, you don't hear Views, you don't hear Honestly Nevermind. Like Honestly Nevermind, I understand it's unorthodox, it's like house music, but I'm not the type of Drake fan that says, oh, I just want to hear Drake rap or just pick one. Like, I love it all. It's all great, you know, and I'm unk status, bro. Like, I like to kick back and just relax and listen to some smooth music, man. So I'm not tripping either way. I don't want Iceman to be on some just straight melodic, you know, flows. I just want to hear a great mixture, but I want to hear some bars. I'm hoping that this is like a diary for Drake to really vent and get it off. Okay, so Iceman album predictions. First question. Iceman album predictions. I wish they would like give me specification. Like when you say predictions, you're saying what would I project to sell? We could start there. What I would project to sell. So when I was looking up the albums, I'm noticing what did For All the Dogs do? For All the Dogs went platinum, triple platinum. How many did it sell though? I don't know. How many For All the Dogs sell? Let's see. How many All the Dogs? All the Dogs album sales. Because that was his last solo album. So you can take this with a grain of salt. I understand with streams and all that, it's like hard to quantify anymore. But it says that it was 1.1 million album equivalent units. So 1.1. I'm expecting Drake to do a mill, of course, as far as that. Projections as far as content, as I mentioned before, I think Drake is going to open up and express his, it's going to be therapeutic. He's going to express how he feels about people that were once friends and are no longer in the picture, and trying to unpack that and understand the psyche behind why people not only like turn so fast on Drake, but then in droves. Like if you notice, a lot of people just turned on Drake. Whereas like Drake was like a national treasure to hip hop up until that point. But sometimes I go back and forth on that. I'm like, okay, so was it just fake love this whole time? Was they just wanting Drake to fail? And I'm speaking on fans. I know the artists want Drake to fail because he's at the top of the top, and they just, but like they can't get ahead because they can't be Drake. I understand that in the industry. That's fake love. He should have known that. But fans, I'm seeing it was a lot of farewell fans. But I'm gonna say a good thing is even the haters is looking forward to Iceman. That's another prediction. Even the haters looking forward to Iceman. They trying to. That's the greatness of Drake. Even the people that's riding with Kendrick can't wait for this album. It is going to be gangbusters, big dog. You feel what I'm saying? Kendrick could never. And I rock with Kendrick. I like Kendrick, bro. I do. I don't feel like I got to pick a side, man. I mean, obviously, I had picked a side. I'm with Drake. Obviously, OVO. But I'm not, I don't like hate Kendrick's music or, or anything like that. But this is Drake's moment. I don't even want to get into Kendrick. Pause. Okay. Okay, so some album releases are coming. And switching gears here. So we got Rick Ross, Set in Stone. His album drops on June 12th. We got Lotto, her retirement album. Apparently she's retiring from rap. It's called Big Mama. And we got Khaled is dropping an album on July 17th called Alam of God. I hope I said that right. What's the track list? Okay, let's just start with Rick Ross. My anticipation for Rick Ross album, want to hear it. Excited to hear it. I think that I just don't know what to expect from Rick Ross at this point. It's just been a long time since we've heard Rick Ross like give us anything. Actually, Rick Ross's last album. Rick Ross last album. Dang, how long ago was this? Richer Than I Ever Been was 2021. Bro, it's been 5 years since Rick Ross dropped. Like, what do we expect from Ross at this point? It like 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's been 5 years, and it's like, what's Ross like? I mean, of course, we're expecting the same type of flow and cadence from Rick Ross. Like, he gonna really like, what's the word? Like flow on the beat. You know how Rick Ross do, man. He gonna keep it player. And we know what to expect from Ross, I guess, in turn. But it's been 5 years. I don't know. Rick Ross might switch it up completely, man. And I want to hear I just hope the context of set in stone is not per usual with Rick Ross when he is really just kind of like flexing on you. I hope I get some realness from Rick Ross, some vulnerability from Rick Ross, which I think that we never have gotten from Rick Ross, especially if this could possibly be his last album. We don't know, you know? So that's really all I have to say in terms of like looking forward to Rick Ross's album. Just excited to see what he wants to talk about. Okay, so ironically, with Lotto dropping a retirement album, I just did a video saying that Lotto was going to be the last one standing. Totally wrong. Unless Lotto's retirement will signal that the feminist movement in hip hop is officially done. I can place a prediction now and say that could possibly be it. Because I don't think we gave y'all, I do, but I don't think generally fans give Lotto enough credit that she's leading the new school of female artists. Like Lotto's her, like she really that girl in the game. Because yes, you can name about like 7-8 female artists right now off top, but who's a superstar in their own right that's been like consistently giving us like generational classics? Like, of course, I can say like Glorilla, Meg Thee Stallion, etc., but no one quite does it like Lotto, a real trendsetter, man, from Atlanta. So it'd be it's sad to see Lotto go, but hey, if that's what you want to do, baby girl, do your thing. All right. So, but in terms of the album, I don't know if this was like AI, but it was like a snippet of Lotto, and they was like saying that that they suspected that Drake wrote for Lotto because she sounded like Drake flow all the way. Lotto, Drake's flow. Hold on, let me see. Somebody said a boy has to be ghostwriting for Lotto. Let me see what this clip is right here. Hold on. I think so. I'm recording on the shirt, and I don't think I can access it. But it says, I don't want to hear about menopause or postpartum. I'm not wasting no time. Let's see. Begging you to host party. I'm just trying to sip a little wine in a rose garden. Like, it's very, you guys got to look it up, but it's very Drake-ish. And I hope that's not a leak for Big Mama album. Ain't nobody believing that. Like, just stick to what you know, man. Stick to the rivers and the lakes you used to, as TLC would say. All right. So Khaled, Alam of God. Actually, so for Khaled, I just want to see the track list. Alam of God. Let's see. J Khaled, Alam of track list. Comes right up. All right, let's see what we got, man. So track 1 is Brother by DJ Khaled and Post Malone, featuring YB. One of them featuring Lil Baby, Supposed to Be Loved, Lil Baby and Future, Lil Uzi Vert, Hot Shot Bounty, I don't know who that is, Remind Me, Vibes Cartel. Okay. Yo, Khaled always bring the heat, man. Khaled gonna always bring the. I don't never doubt what Khaled bringing to the table, man. Never. I think this is gonna be a dope album for DJ Khaled, and it looks like he's got some dope features. Like, so he's got, let's see, saying that it's gonna be Burna Boy, Cardi B, Tim's, Drake, 21 Savage, Future, Lil Baby, Rick Ross, Glorilla, Jay-Z apparently. It's saying it's yet to be revealed, but this is Wikipedia. You could take it with a grain of salt, but that's some big names, man. Man, that's fire, bro. I'm geeked about it. It's gonna be some big projects, man. So I do want to cover, which, this happened a couple weeks ago, but I've been meaning to give like my synopsis. So French Montana beat Rick Ross in a versus. And these are my thoughts on the song selection. So French Montana versus Rick Ross. I'm not that surprised that French Montana beat Rick Ross in a verse. I don't know. A lot of people are kind of shocked that, but again, French Montana is also another artist that fans sleep on, because not only is he like, he's out the game, but when French Montana was at his peak, French Montana couldn't miss. Now, he's not like a lyrical rapper, and he don't bar it up like that. But French Montana's got his voice is alluring. He's always had a great sound, and he just knew how to make a hit, and he knew how to get with the right artist and seize moments where he could really play that role. Like when he had No Stylist with Drake, and then you guys remember that record Pump It Up, when Drake said, Pump it up. She got a good head on her, but I pump it up. No, I think that was No Stylist. Wasn't it? Pump it up. Which record was this? It was No Shopping. So you see what I'm saying? Like Khaled knew how to seize moments, man, and like he knew who to click up with, and that's why he's definitely underrated for sure. So all right, let's go. So Shot Caller and I'm Not a Star. I don't remember the record Shot Caller off top. I'm not going to pretend to know, but I don't think I'm Not a Star is not a good record to me. Rick Ross had like this run. I know you guys remember, was like, I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover around that time, or I'm Not a Star. Somebody lied, I got a chopper in the car. He went on like this run, where his songs all sounded the same, and it wasn't like it was kind of like it was unoriginal. It just wasn't good. And I don't think we won't admit that about Rick Ross, but it's just the truth. I'm not saying anything crazy. So I don't even like that record. So whatever, Shot Caller, cool. Work remix and Devil is a Lie. Okay. I don't even remember these songs. Ever Since You Left Me and I'm a Boss. That's Meek Mill featuring Rick Ross. Do y'all think when an artist has a versus, do you think they should be able to have feature? Do you think they're to submit a song? Do you think it's okay for them to be the feature, or should it be their record? I don't think that's fair. I'm a Boss is not. That's Meek Mill's record. That's not Rick Ross' record. So I don't think that's really fair. But okay, French Montana's Ever Since You Left Me, then All the Way Up, and that was featuring French Montana. Again, that's not his record, and that was the All the Way Up and Aston Martin Music. Aston Martin Music is probably Rick Ross's top 5 greatest records of all time. So good. And that's featuring Drake, thanks to your boy. Loyal and Diced Pineapples. Diced Pineapples is another one, but isn't that, see what I'm saying? That's Wale's record, bro. I don't care if it's MMG. That's not Rick Ross' record solely. Mo Chicken, don't remember it. That's Boss Man D-Lo's record. Angels. And then F With Me, I Got It. That's a hard record. Again, that's Jay-Z's record. Okay, now I think this is a tough one. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. No Stylist versus Hustlin'. Again, when I mentioned the top 5 of greatest Rick Ross records, Hustlin' is that's got to be in the top 3. But No Stylist is hard. That would have been tough. And it was close because it was 48%. Fans said they voted 48% for No Stylist and 52% Hustling. It was pretty close. Ain't Worried About Nothing. That's not that's not like one of my favorite French Montana records. But and then it went against Rich Forever and Magnificent. Okay. And then I'm a Coke Boy, that was 63%, and then I'm Not a Star. But I see I'm Not a Star played again. Is this accurate? This is from Complex. He played I'm Not a Star twice. It's not a good record, bro. Lockjaw with Kodak Black. See what I'm saying? French Montana, man. He really, like, that's a hard record. Hard for me to talk, come a jockey, like, bite down. That's how I sing it, too. Bite down. I don't open my mouth. And then it's against Tears of Joy. I don't. See what I'm saying? Rick Ross got a lot of Lucy's, bro. Like, High N-Word. That's Bobby Smurder featuring French Montana against MC Hammer. Hot and Wins. Don't Panic. I don't know. Against Here I Am. That's a hard record. Freaks and 9-Piece. Don't Know. That was a tie. Okay. So anyway, so Unforgettable. That is such a wonderful freaking record. I'm trying not to just keep using the word good. It's just a wonderful fucking record, man. Unforgettable is timeless, bro. I'm going to always play that on Vacation on the Beach, bro. Got to. With Ray Schremer. Okay, and then Chop It Down. Stay Scheming. Oh, wow, that's crazy. They both played Stay Scheming against each other, and Rick Ross got it. I don't know. I guess he had a better verse. Anywho, yeah, man. I think with that being said, you start to realize from this verses in particular that Rick Ross is overrated. I said it, and I stand on it. Rick Ross is overrated. Rick Ross don't got a ton of great records. Just don't. I think that verses proves it. I told you Rick Ross, when he first dropped, was great. But I again, like Port of Miami, I'll call it a classic fine. But I don't like Rick Ross is one of those other artists that don't have he doesn't really have an album with no skips. He doesn't have he got a lot of Lucy's, and his ability to make great records is solely dependent on the feature that he brings on. He's not gonna solely give you a ton of just hard hitting records. That's just what it is, you know? So, all right, man, let's see. So we got, what else? Somebody said, is Kodak Black lyrically elite? Yes, Kodak Black. Yeah, Kodak Black is super underrated. Whereas I mentioned before Rick Ross being overrated, Kodak Black is in fact underrated. Kodak is Black. Let's see. I'm trying to think like a particular song. I just got to go through a track list real quick. Yeah, No Flocking. Yep, Tunnel Vision. What was that song that Kodak had? He was talking about Young M.A. He was Pimpin' Ain't Easy. This one I knew Kodak was cold before this, but this one I knew, Pimpin' Ain't Easy. Watch this. Pull up the lyrics so I get them right. I was in the 8.5, me and Pot hitting it. I've been out 6 months, made $4 million. Slide in the 6.4, windows tinted. Had to get low, them boys start hitting. Fuck around, hit the little hole with no Jimmy. If it say go, better go kill him. Said that little Zoe, he cut throat with no feelings. Mama watch a little boy turn into a menace. I don't care, I go fed and get a life sentence. I want everybody dead and no limit. I don't shake hands because I ain't friendly. When I pull up to the crib, had no panties. I've been leaning to the right like I'm on Xannies. I've been thugging on my life. I ain't romantic. Yo, Kodak Black is, bruh, the drugs got him. I'm sorry, guys. The drugs got Kodak, man. We could have had greatness. Like, Kodak has given us years of some pivotal records, but the drugs got your boy Kodak. Got a hold of him, and it's sad. It's Kodak's potential, even to now, it's there. If he could just get clean, it's a shame. So, you know what? I think we can end there because I know that you guys are ready for Iceman. It's dropping tomorrow. I'm geeked about it. I can't wait. And I may give an album breakdown. I'm kind of debating it because, like, I'm just like you guys, man. It's like it sucks the fun out of listening to Iceman and having to give you like a book report. That's what it feel like, and I want to just authentically just listen to the album. So that's why I said I may, and it may be a little later. So if you really rock with me, you want to come to my channel and see what I have to say about Iceman, should I do that, then, by all means, then you rock with me. But if you want to catch, it's going to be people trying to, or creators trying to listen to Iceman and drop something immediately. Like they want to be the first to give you a review. And not hating on them, I just think it'll be all inauthentic, disingenuous, because how can you really dissect the album in a day? I need to sit with an album for a week, so I guess we'll see. But again, super geeked about the album. And also, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. It's Rawson2K on Instagram.